Hey Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great. It's Tipsy here to do your general love reading for whenever you are led to this message. We're going to do two spreads. The first one is going to be for my super single Pisces collective. If you're not dating anybody, not thinking about anybody, not dealing with anybody, that one's for you. And then we're going to go to our not so single Pisces. And if you're thinking about someone, dating someone, dealing with someone, then hopefully there's some messages in there that will resonate for you. But let's start by pulling some oracle cards to see what energy is surrounding my super single Pisces. And we have Observer. Let's pull another and see what else is going on. What else is happening for my super single Pisces collective? We have It's Up to You, and we also have Not the Right Time. So Pisces, this feels like a bit of an energy that you are sort of in watch mode, and you're trying to figure out when is the right time, I think, to get back into the dating world, to get back into exploring what's out there, potentially having a relationship. And I don't think that there's anything that's like sort of physically keeping you from doing this, but it almost feels as though there's an element of sort of unfinished business inside that it's like, no, I don't think I'm quite ready to do this. So it might be that you are in a place of sort of healing from things that have happened before. Maybe you had a bad experience in a relationship and it's like, yeah, I don't think that I'm ready to sort of do that again. But there seems to be an energy surrounding you of, well, if this is something that you want, then you sort of have to make the conscious decision to deal with whatever it is that you might be holding on to a little bit. But I think for now, it's, there's just this sense of you kind of looking out the window almost and just sort of watching the world, just sort of seeing what's out there, seeing if it's even worth it. It feels like a very contemplative energy, that you're not particularly in a rush to do anything right now, to move forward in terms of finding a relationship. It's just, you're kind of chilling. You're being super, super thoughtful. But Spirit is saying that if you get to the point where you do decide that you want a relationship, then there's a little bit of work, I think, that needs to happen. So let's take a peek at some tarot and see what else is going on. So looking at where you are right now in your search for a partner, it almost feels as though you're ready to move forward. There's this sort of underlying thought that, things have happened. I'm figuring out how to deal with it. I'm moving forward. I think that I am ready to explore love. I think that I am just ready to sort of take those next steps. And there's almost this sense that you want to move forward quickly, but I don't think that you have yet in terms of sort of getting back out there into the dating world. Looking at your current challenge, what's challenging my single Pisces right now? Ooh, we have the Seven of Wands. So this is the energy of, somebody who's a little bit defensive, right? It feels as though you might have your walls up a little bit right now, like you're kind of on guard. You want to make sure that you are protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting your space, all of that good stuff. This is just someone who I don't want to say that they're in fight mode, but it's almost like, they have this higher position and they're just like fending off, any shenanigans or people that want to cause them harm. So I think that, in your case, Pisces, one of your biggest challenges may be that you're not completely open, that you sort of have your defenses up, and that might make it a little bit difficult to meet people, to really engage with them, to get to know them. So what needs accepting right now? We have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, when it's in reverse. So the Knight of Swords, when it's upright, is sort of a fickle energy, right? It's a little unstable. It's very rushed. It's very, in and out. There's no stability with the Knight of Swords. You have it here in reverse in your acceptance position. So I feel like right now it's okay for you to take it slow. Like, this is something where even though part of you want to rush forward and finding romance and all of that good stuff, it takes time, particularly because you have your walls up a little bit. So, it's okay not to rush. It's okay to go through your process until you're ready. This, sort of watching, this healing, this, making the decision to move forward in a very intentional and conscientious way is something that's okay. It's fine. There's no timeline for finding love. So it almost feels as though Spirit is saying, take your time. Take your time to make sure that you are not in a place where you sort of cut off potential before it even has the chance to begin. So what needs to be let go of for you? Oh, okay. The Ten of Swords. This is disappointment. This is betrayal. This is hurt. This is someone or some situation that sort of threw you for a loop. It left you not in the best place, maybe mentally, emotionally. And Spirit is saying that it's time to let go of whatever this hurt is that you've experienced that has probably led you to have your guard up around people. So what's the best approach for you to take when it comes to relationships? What's the best approach for my Pisces collective? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So this card is all about illusion. This is all about not having clarity. And so I feel like Spirit is saying that the best approach for you to take when it comes to dating, relationships, finding love, is to make sure that you just go in with your eyes open. If someone starts showing you red flags, then take them seriously. That saying, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So Spirit is saying no rose-colored glasses, no illusions, no trying to paint a pretty picture with someone who has not shown you that, that they have your best interest at heart. So just eyes open, make sure that you're aware. It's not a bad thing to give people an opportunity, but if they show you that they don't deserve it, then cut bait and go about your business. There's plenty of people in the world to explore. So let's see future actions or outcomes. We have the Three of Wands. So Pisces singles, this is you waiting for your ships to come in. This is something coming towards you. So I think that there is going to be a big element of patience for you in this process. There's going to be a big element of you taking your time, making sure that you're healed, letting go of things in the past, and making sure that you're going into dating with fresh eyes, with a very clear perspective on what it is that you want, and making sure that you are being very observant about what the other person shows you. And so I think that ultimately what's going to come out of this is we have this person standing here with their wands and the ship coming in from a distance. So it feels as though there is someone who's going to be drawn into you that you will actually have that ability to explore a relationship with. So this is good, Pisces. It's all about being sort of grounding yourself. It's about you going through your process of being open. It's about you being more aware when it comes to the people that you spend your time and energy with. But someone is coming in for you. Now, if this is your forever person, maybe. I'm not necessarily getting that from these cards, but it'll at least be the opportunity to start getting back out there and exploring and meeting new people. So for your final oracle card, we have transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And so this is interesting, right? Because we have some things that need to be let go of. Maybe transforming your mindset, but we also saw in the best approach for you to move towards a relationship is to let go of illusions. And we have that card here, right? Moving through illusions and shifting into awareness. Taking people as they present themselves to you, not wearing those rose-colored glasses. So Pisces, I think that overall this looks pretty good for you. Sorry that you experienced whatever it is that this Ten of Swords, but it feels like you're going to get through it and you're going to come out a lot more clear, a lot more stronger, having boundaries in place and making sure that whoever it is that you deal with doesn't waste your time, that they don't waste your energy. So Pisces singles, I'm going to leave it there for you. Let's jump on over to the not so single Pisces and see what's going on with them. Hey, not so single Pisces, let's jump into your reading and see what's going on. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you and see what energy is surrounding you all right now. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. And let's see what else we have. For my not so single Pisces, what's going on? And we have no need to worry. So what it feels like is that there's some elements in your current relationship, in your current situation, where you're being impacted by children. Now, this could be children in the very literal sense where one or you or the other person or both of you have children and there might be some challenges around that. There might be a little bit of childlike energy. So, not like a baby or a kid or anything like that, but maybe someone in this relationship is embodying like just childish energy, childish attitudes or thought processes or something like that. And whatever's happening right now, it could be a little bit stressful for you. It could, make you think, well, is this not going to work out? Or like, what is going on here? But there's a sense that you don't have to worry, that everything is going to unfold and everything is going to turn out for your highest good. So whatever it is that you're experiencing now, it feels like there is going to be a resolution, and however this is resolved is going to be in your best interest. So let's dig into the tarot a little bit and see if we can clarify what this means. And we're going to start first with seeing where your relationship is right now. We have death in reverse. So this is, death is renewal, right? It's the ending of something. It's the beginning of something else. And so it feels as though right now the relationship might be a little bit stagnant. Like there's no growth that's happening right now. And, maybe there are some things that you would want to be different, but that hasn't happened. Everything is still kind of status quo. There's no sort of turning the page on this. There's just, I just saw like a barren field, like right before the spring comes, when the flowers and everything haven't sort of blossomed. It just feels a little bit cold, a little bit dark, and it's almost as if, you know, where's the change? Where's the growth? Where's the improvement? Looking at your energy in this relationship, what is Pisces bringing to this relationship in terms of their energy? We have the Lovers. So I think that you want this, right? I feel like you think that this person is a good match for you, that this has the potential to be a good, strong, solid partnership. This is someone that you feel a very deep connection with. So, you know, you're coming in looking at this person like, yeah, I like this. I think that we can make this work. But there's still some sense of dissatisfaction about where things are and how they've been progressing for you, despite your feelings for this person, because it does feel like, you know, you are very interested in them and you want things to work. Now, for the energy that they're bringing to the table, they have the Hermit and they have the Sun in reverse. So there seems to be a little bit of, I think, holding back on their part, where they may not be communicating with you very effectively. And so they're kind of keeping to themselves. They're not really expressing a whole lot to you. It's interesting. It almost feels like a child who throws a temper tantrum because they don't have the words, or they don't really know how to express themselves. So it comes across as just a very, very immature energy from this person. And it almost feels as though if you all have a disagreement, if you have a discussion, they almost like, they would do something like, why are you always arguing with me? And it's like, wait, I'm not. I'm talking. I'm just having a conversation. And then they sort of go into shutdown mode. Like they don't know how to communicate like a well-adjusted adult. So, you know, that there is just this element of, again, childishness. So I don't think that there's like specifically children involved in this, but maybe the way that they approach communication is just not in the most mature way possible. So taking a peek at the potential for this relationship, and I thought a card flipped over. Looking at the potential for this, all right. We have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So here's what. If this is someone that you do want to build with, it's going to be an exercise in patience for you. It's going to, basically, you're going to have to wait it out until they decide, until they sort of find their balance, until they find a way to communicate properly, like a grown-up. So, you know, I think that they could come out of this childish energy, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be a little bit. But we also have the Ace of Swords here, just to clarify everything. The Ace of Swords is about new beginnings. It's about communication. It's about having this sort of foundational talk and all of that good stuff. So if you're willing to stick it out, right, I think that this person will come around. They'll find their footing and they'll be able to be more open with you, communicate better, all of that good stuff. And so this sort of death that we had in reverse, this transformation that we had in reverse, it will happen, but it's going to be a little bit of a slow haul. This is something that this person has to work on, sort of independent of you. You can't force it along. So if you're willing to be patient, then yes, things can be good. If this is not something that you want to stick around for while they figure themselves out, then you absolutely have the right to walk away. Like, preserve your sanity. Nothing wrong with that. So looking at lessons learned from this, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. And let's see if we can clarify that a little bit. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So I think one of the lessons or something for you to think about, Pisces, is, you know, patience, right? Evaluating whether or not an offer is what you want, what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to be a little bit flexible on, what you're willing to wait for when it comes to another person. So I feel like Spirit is challenging you to think about that. Where are your boundaries? What is it that you're okay with in terms of a relationship and dealing with imperfect people who, you know, have a little bit of work to do for themselves? And it's interesting, bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands, the 1111 card, the gateway, foundation, happiness, partnership, family. So I think that, again, a lot of potential here, but it's entirely up to you on whether or not you're willing to wait to see things play out. Something else that you don't see, that you may not be aware of right now, we have the Tower. This is sudden change. So the Tower is not always a bad thing. I don't know why folks always seem to think that it is, but the Tower at its core is just sort of a rapid shakeup, like something that happens very suddenly, very out of the blue, very unexpectedly. So it feels like a situation where, you know, you're kind of invested in this person. They have a little bit of work to do in terms of how they show up in relationships, how they communicate. If you wait it out, you will see this change. You will see this change. So if you're concerned that things won't happen, that there's no potential here, that's not the case. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And it feels like this person is going to have their aha moment, and then you're going to see like almost a switch flip, which, you know, not a bad thing. So, you know, if you're around to see it, wonderful. If you're not, then, you know, other doors will open. So let's pull one last oracle card from like literally the hardest deck ever to pull from. Let's see what we have for our Pisces. We have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So Pisces, look, we have this situation, right, where you are sort of letting things be, where you've taken a step back and letting this person do what they do. But we have at the end, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And we have the no need to worry card. And what we said at the very beginning of the spread is like, however this unfolds, it's going to be for your highest good. So whether you choose to stay, whether you choose to leave, you're going to be fine either way. If you choose to stay, going to have to be a little bit patient, but things look like they're going to work out well for you if you do. So Pisces, I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.